Hey guys, so I originally planned to include the military bases in my missions guide, but I didn't want that video to be an hour long, so here it is instead. Thank you to everyone who likes my videos and comments. Your support is really appreciated. Anyway, as always, I'll get on with it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Right, so the 4 talking points I'm going to go through for both military bases are 1. Entering the base. 2. Getting the juice. I mean the loot. 3. PvP strats. 4. Leaving the base. So, let's get to it. Number 1. Entering the base. So, usually you'll find yourself sneaking up to this place from the direction of save zone, of course. That would be the most common. So usually I run her out to here, then crouch, because you know this is about the distance you're going to be heard from if you're running. So then I just crouch, walk up. I see if I can hear any players running around, or see if I can hear any gunfights going on. I can check the towers to see, are there scavs patrolling in the towers? In this case there are, so I know, okay, so there hasn't been a player here then. Then once you're up against this wall, you have the option to jump over here, which is a risky because the tower scavs are probably going to see you. So usually I enter the base. It depends, sometimes it's a good play, but it's quite risky to do that. Now usually you should be able to get pretty damn close if you hug this wall. There you go, so I got this close before that scav saw me. So once you get around here, the scav is going to spot you, so ideally you have a Mosin to take him out, or an AK or something. A pistol even will do the job. Shouldn't be too bad. Once you got this guy out of the way, then you should be able to get into the side. So you can either go this way and just skulk around the tents, or get in this way. I like to get in this way, then run back here where I've got cover, and where I can get up to a tower quickly if I need to. So if I come from Platava, I usually go this way. I run along here, and I run up to one of these trees back here. So this tree here, you can see all the way on that side, outside, and you can see all the way down there. See if there's any players. And when you're crouched like this, you're probably not going to get seen. So then it should be quite safe just to walk in like this. I had to mention this way as well. So the good way is this way has a lot of cover. So bang, just crouch in like that. So you got this containers here, you got that wall there, that little wall there. So that's probably like the most covered part to go in. And then you can open up into the middle. Step 1, dealing with the bots, right? So first you want to make sure you deal with the tower scavs. So as I said, bang, bop this one when you get in. Then you want to bop that one, right? As soon as you bop one of them, any scavs in this middle are gonna get fucking set on ya. So that's when you're gonna have to find a good position to flank to go back to. You can either then, once they start pushing you, you can either find good amount of cover, like a little tree like this, peek around the corner and just spray them all down as they push you, or you can just flank around and make them lose track of you. And then you can just come in here from another side and shoot them in the back of the head while they're wondering where you've gone. And then you just push up to get a good angle in the middle. So like I said, you can either make them all funnel out through that little gap and mow them all down, or if we're all just standing in the middle, a grenade, if you can forward one, bang, throw in there, probably kill most of them. Or just pick them off from a bit of cover. The middle ones are pretty easy. Then you're on to the third little iteration of the scavs, because obviously set 1 of the scavs you got the tower scavs, set 2 you got the scavs in the middle, and set 3 you got the little rat scavs, as I say, the little scavs that just camp in these fucking tents, hiding in some little dungy little corner, right? with a shotgun, just waiting. So as soon as you peek them, bang, they're just gonna aim lock onto you. So these scavs are pretty dangerous. So when you peek, you're gonna have to check every single tent. you know, for the scavs. You know, you wanna check, bang. Then as you're going along, just be careful, checking all of them. There you go. Clear. Clear. Right. There's been a few times where I'll just, you know, I start looting, I run into a tent like this, bang, there's a scav here, and he just shoots me and I get one tapped. Right, so you want to be careful on that. So there you go. Obviously, one final point to mention about the scavs is sometimes they can be patrolling around. Usually you'll see them over there in this little grass bit there, or you'll see them just out the front here. So just to keep that in mind, sometimes you will see a scav patrolling on the outside. So, you know, just be careful when you're near the outside wall, because you can encounter scavs there, just patrolling around. Alright, here's where you can find all the loot, right? So, this is a really good tent, because on these boxes, as you can see right here, you can get a good weapon spawn, some kind of MP5s, UMPs. This little corner back here, you know, it's pretty common to find 1911 or Beretta or something. So that's a little good corner for pistols. And then here you get some loot. Make sure you always check the tents for all and everywhere for the loot boxes that spawn. So sometimes you get a little loot box that spawns here. Make sure you check here as well on this wooden box. Sometimes you get an AK mod that spawns, or an AKSU, AK mod usually. So these are the crates you want to look out for. South Millie will have at least a few of them. They can be pretty much anywhere, and sometimes they can have guns, sometimes they can have some random stuff like food or clothing or whatever. So you just want to go loot like that. And then also you want to check on both sides of the containers. So you want to check on top of the container here and the yellow container on the opposite side, because sometimes you can get an MP5 or a gun or something decent spawning on the containers. Going up into the towers, of course you want to check the towers. You know, sometimes check behind the door, you know, check the box, things like that. And something I will also mention finally about the loot, something that a lot of people might not know, is you can actually find loot in this container here. So I've actually found a assault vest just right where it is. I run in here, heal up, bang, assault vest. So it's just something to keep an eye out for. First thing about PvP strats when it comes to South Millie, it applies to a lot of places. If you see a player running around in the middle, oh, that's a player. Hang on, hello, yo. Right, so where was I? So PvP, if there's guys running around in the middle or on the towers or anything, you know, well, let's start with the middle. Say there's guys running around in the middle. You know, if you do shoot someone, make sure you have a clean line of sight. If you think you're gonna kill him, don't shoot if you have a 10% chance of killing him. You want to shoot when you have an 80% or higher chance of killing him, right? So once you shoot, if there's more than just one, if you don't kill him or not, you want to rotate, because his teammates are gonna start flanking around and doing all these fucking plays. So usually once I shoot over there, then I run a little bit down this hill, just so people flanking this wall can't see me. And I usually just run all the way around like this, just high enough so that I can see if there's anyone running on that wall, and they shouldn't be able to see me just because they're not looking over here. And then I just find another location where I can push back into melee. So usually from a little angle like this, and I might catch a guy off guard standing here, peeking over there, and shoot him in the back. When it comes to dealing with people in towers, so obviously the most effective strategy is a grenade. So if you got a person in the tower, just lob one in there, and they're gonna die. It doesn't really matter. They're dead. They don't stand a chance. Another good thing, shotguns are really great for these towers, because you can just roll along. I like DB for this tower. You know, if you have a DB, then you just press X to 2-in-1 shot, and then bang. Let's say you've been fighting someone, and you take a few bullets, and you want somewhere to heal up, right? So if we're talking inside the walls, this is a good spot, in this little gap in the container. I like to hide there to heal up. I like to, because usually in the tents it's quite dangerous. People are going to predict you being in tents, and there's only one way in or out from the tents as well. So I usually try and stick away from that. And then this container here is really good for healing up. Loads of people just run past this and just forget it exists. So this is a good spot where I like to heal up. Another spot is obviously that tent over there. And then, you know, if we're talking outside, one more spot is right here. Because if you're here, no one can see you from there. There's grass covering you from there, and there's a wall covering you from there. So, if you like, especially like that, so the tower can't see you, this is a good spot. When it comes to leaving the military base, what you don't want to do really is you don't want to run out this way, unless you're just confident there's no players in the area. You don't really want to run out this way and make a beeline straight to safe zone, because people are gonna know you're doing that, and sometimes they can be in this corner, they might be in that tree line right there waiting for you, right? So unless you know there's no one in the area for a fact, just don't risk it. Especially if you have loot you don't want to lose. You know, you might want to just instead run out this way, and then you want to head out this way and just curve around like this. So you want to go a little bit, well, maybe just a little bit like that, you know, and then straight line, just curve. Alright, so one good way of entering the northern melee base is to come out from back here. Now this is probably like the most popular way of coming in here, because it is pretty safe. You know, you can sneak up, become like this, have a look inside, look around, make sure it's alright for you, and then peek out. So while this is much better than the front, to be honest, I mean, it's alright. So then you run over here. So this is the other way to get into the big melee. I'm going to call this the top part, not the bottom part of big melee. So this is probably one of my favorite ways to get in, because this is, well, this is still popular, because I mean, there's, at the end of the day, there's only 3 ways to actually get into big melee. There's the front exit, there's the back, and there's this way here. So like, it's not like any other site where you've got multiple little entrances, and it's not like you can jump over this fence. They specifically designed it this way, so there's only 3 ways in. But out of the 3 ways in, I'd say this is my favorite. It's probably the most chillaxed way of getting in and out. It's probably the safest. So you run in, you know, you've got this tower, and then easy as you're in the site. So this is the bottom part, or I like to call this the barracks. So over here, normally what I just do, I just jump and climb over that, like that way, and then bang, I'm in. That's usually the way I do it. I've never really ever used any different way in other than this. I just never really needed to. Like, same up there, if you going in through the front like this is just pretty suicidal. Like, it's just so exposing. If you run in, I mean come on, look, there, you're just exposed from all sides. I mean, you can come in from this way as well. You know, I'm not gonna point out every single way you can come into the site. As long as it's, you know, as long as you have cover when you come in, then I'm just gonna say it's pretty alright spot, you know. Like back here might be a good spot. Just, it's nice and tucked out of the way. Part 2. When it comes to getting the loot, you got these 2 buildings here and here, right? And then kinda there, and then a little bit in the towers, but primarily you're here for these 2 buildings. Just something to know, outside this van, in the back here, sometimes you can get an MP5 or UMP spawning. Just something to take note. And then obviously you're just gonna want to loot this building normally. Just check in every room. Okay, there's the UMP just spawns there. Very nice. You know, you want to check these buildings as well. Sometimes they have something, and then you want to check the towers. Oh, when it comes to dealing with bots, right? So usually there'll be some in the middle. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to climb up here, and then you're on the roof. So if there's any bots running up the road or coming in here on the middle, then it's pretty easy from cover to just take them out, you know. When it comes to clearing out these buildings, you have to be really careful for bots hiding in rooms, and you just have to, you know, you make sure you go room to room and just peek. and take them out methodically, because they can one tap you. So something to know. Alright, moving on to getting the loot here. So as I run through here, these containers, every open container you see everywhere in North Millie has a chance of a loot spawn being in it. Now generally I don't really ever bother checking them, because the loot, it's rare for it to spawn in there, and even if it does, there's no guarantee that it's going to be any good. But it is something just to know, just a little thing. Tower's already gone through looting and clearing from PvP. Here's the time that was here. There you go. So these houses, like Barracks, that's the same when it comes to down there. You just want to check every room. Now when it comes to these warehouses, hopefully I don't get shot here by some random players. So when it comes to these warehouses, you know, you do get quite a good amount of bots sometimes that just stand all in one room. I've had it where, you know, when I open the door and there's like 3 AK bots that just spray me down instantly. I've never seen anything spawn in this container here, in these warehouses, so, you know. But yeah, then you just want to run through, you know, check every little room, every bit here and there. Make sure you get all the loot. When it comes to bots, obviously you want to, step 1 to dealing with bots here, you want to take out all the tower bots as you go along. Usually what I do is just take out these 2 tower bots, I run up one of the towers and I snipe the rest of them using a Mosin, and then bang, tower bots are dead. When it comes to patrolling bots, something, when you're coming into the site, right, you're coming in, you're running up like this. In this area, you can get a patrolling bot. It does throw me off whenever it happens, because he's like down here, I can barely see him, he has an AK, and I'm running and I get shot in the back. I'm like, what the fuck, right? And it's just not a good place to be in. You're getting shot from here, you're getting shot from there, you're getting shot from there. It's not good. I'm gonna say for when you need to heal up, there is so many nooks and crannies and places to hide over at Big Millie, like all these little containers, like random container you can hide. Just so many places you can hide over at this place, you know. So usually when I know there's players around the warehouses running around, I like to climb up here onto this roof like that. So I really like this roof. So when you climb up here, you get an entire visual of like that warehouse, the entire middle, back there, here, and I've gotten a good few kills doing this. Just people running around, and you know, I stand up, bang, spray them down, and you can always get away really easily and safely if you need to. And if anyone wants to push you, well, they're gonna have to climb up this wall here, and you know, they can't shoot while they're climbing, so you turn around, bang, and you just kill them like that.
Though it's very good loot, but many players come here. So I come here at night usually, because not many players come here at night.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Come here at night if you want it to be safer. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I'll show you a nice little hiding spot. So I actually recently found this. Here's a nice little cheeky rat spot if you need to heal up. Bang, right there. You see how that's completely blocked off? Perfect, like really hit a nice little spot. If you're in this area and you need to run where you think no one's gonna ever find you, just run in here, jump over that, and run between these containers. That's a nice little spot, man. I really like that one. Something to note, you can actually run and jump over the wall here. Same thing, any of these towers, you can run up the stairs and jump over the wall for a quick exit. When we're talking in terms of using verticality, you can actually get onto the roof of this building here. There you go, see? So if someone's here and you're on this side, you can climb up on that, run and get on that, bang. See that verticality? So this can be useful, it's situational. Obviously you're exposing yourself. You can actually also get on that one as well using that container where I'm aiming. So, you know, this can come, and then I think you can actually do this as well. Yeah, you see that? It's quite a hard jump to do, but if you're lucky, you have to make sure you don't have a gun equipped, and then you can get on here. I don't know why, I've never done this myself personally, but there you go. You can even go here like that, hide here in the shadow, just using, you know, your creativity, using parkour to your advantage whenever you can. When it comes to leaving the base, again, front way out, suicide. Back way out is where a lot of players come in. So it's, you know, it's pretty, that's pretty risky. And then the side way is probably the safest. That's probably all I have to say about leaving the base there. Just one quick little thing as well. When you do run out, that way or this way, you're gonna wanna, you know, maybe cut down here, go around in that little forest a little bit, leaving the base. It's pretty much the same kind of concepts that I've talked about in my mission guide, that I've talked about South Melee. You know, you don't want to do a straight line. You don't want to do what people expect, right? You just want to flank around. You want to go a different way that people aren't going to expect, and that's all it is. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say about Big Melee. I'm sorry I couldn't afford. I didn't have a crazy amount to say over here. This is where you test your PvP skills, man. This is what I will say. When it comes to Big Melee, this is your test of your skills. This is where you put in all of the things you've learned at the missions, all the things you do at missions, all the things you do at South Melee, your movements, your rotations. This is where it all comes into play here. If you can pull it off and you put all your things you've learned on other parts of the map and you put it together here, the amount of loot you can walk out of with is so crazy. I mean, you can easily walk out with 100 grand worth of stuff. You know? If you know it. Oh my god, that guy just fell off the tower. Rip his HP, dude. Hey guys, fully rested Astro here. Thanks for watching the video. Sorry about any stuttering and stumbling I did. I was really tired when I made this, but I'll try and be a lot more energetic and actually fully rested in the future when I make these videos to be a bit more interesting. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something. I'm still fully rested, I'm still fucking up.